Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Semi-final best of 3 in the CC Masters Tournament. $4,200 on the line, and we're gonna conclude all of that here today. We have seen the bracket before, but I'm going to show it anyway. We start with the top semi-final. FoCuS has defeated June in a series that was a lot harder for FoCuS than we expected. So maybe showing that in this very matchup here, he's not the greatest, or in the greatest shape at the moment. Yesterday he defeated WFZ for Moon. He had a super tough round of 16 with 1-2-0, but he played par excellence. Colorful was defeated by him as well, so 2-1, 2-1. Later we're going to see Lin versus Law Lion. But Remo, we do have the map picks and bans.
Pretty standard, with FoCuS vetoing AZ and Twisted, perhaps a little bit not so predictable. Moon vetoes Terranos, of course, and Echo Isles. So we have LR left for FoCuS's pick, Moon with CH and Northern Isles. The most balanced map we've ever had to start off the series.
Oops, then I fucked up. It's CH for Moon? No, it's what? CH for Moon?
Confusing, right?
Yes. So it's CH for Moon?
CH is Moon's pick, yeah.
CH is Moon's pick. Last Refuge is
FoCuS's pick.
Okay, now we got it ready again. Here are your players. They should not need an introduction, but since we revamped everything, we're gonna introduce the players to you. There's still a little bug for Moon, but he's the greatest of all time. You know that. Most prize money achieved ever. The Night Elf from Korea. At the moment, according to the ELO ranking, it might have been updated today, but not sure. The best player in the world. And FoCuS always in the shadows of others. In Korea, there's Moon, there's Lin, and I guess even Lawley had surpassed him. For the Orcs, there's of course Lina as well. And recently Fly, who was doing a little better. But yeah, as you said before in the pre-match talk, it is a rematch of DreamHack Anaheim, where both of them stood in the grand final. Moon was able to take it. So, is it the revenge of FoCuS?
Thank you, Kishina Shura with the sub, and Nit7 with a 6-month resub. Name a more iconic casting duo. I'll wait. I thought about it, and thank you first of all for that compliment. But guys, remember Günther Netzer and Gerhard Delling? They were amazing. They are Germans, so not everyone will remember them, but the ones that do will realize how great of a time that was. Unusual creep route here by the keeper, going for the natural first. Moon taking a bit of a gamble. If the Blade Master plays very aggressively with speed scroll against this could turn into a disaster, but that was not the case. Orcs, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, again, nowadays play a fast barracks with a fast grunt, which means no scouting early, which means Night Elves can take the gamble and be a little more greedy with the first cap. Archer does go down, but that is not too bad. The Expo now is freed up. Put Plant down there, a Tree of Life easily, and the Keeper keeps on leveling little by little. Of course, we all know it's about that level 3, that fast level 2 entangle that can be so dangerous. And it's up to FoCuS to slow this down as much as he can.
All right, we were a little late with the in-game, but now here we are. Natural camp creeped already. If please let me know if the sound is all right. I had to lower it down a little yesterday because FFA was packed with action. There were so many sound effects, it was all a little loud. So please let me know if I have to boost the in-game or the music or anything. Another entangle, but only finding a peon. Moon with the pendant. Good start. FoCuS with the tech. Everything as expected for now.
I noticed Orcs are sending out the scout peon way earlier nowadays. And I like it. Makes sense. It serves a double purpose. First of all, it's looking for the keeper and you can prevent his creeping if you're moving well. And also, when you play Grunt Shaman, you really don't need much lumber. Grunts cost 0 lumber. Shaman costs 20 lumber. For upgrades, you need a little bit, from the War Mill, but you should easily be able to spare 1 peon. So I really like this adjustment from the Orcs nowadays.
Okay, Moon with an expansion, with the tech, single engine of war so far, but the Hunter's Hall is ready, so he's gonna get Hunts, he's gonna get the Alchemist and upgrades and the second base, and then goes into Mass. This makes sense. And FoCuS, what can he achieve until then? The damage is looking good with Claws and Gloves. Keeper's not finding him here, doesn't want to find him here. He's working on his level 3 as well. Slippers of Agility, sealing this one pretty damn nice. Otherwise, the Blade Master would be +9 already.
I'm very surprised that orcs nowadays keep these grunts so passively in the base, even before Keeper 3. If Keeper gets 3, of course you have to keep him back. You lose him too easily. But if Keeper's only level 2, then normally it takes him at least 2 entangles, possibly a set of treants as well. That's so much mana. And if you get off the deny on the grunt, normally it shouldn't be that painful. So, I don't know. I feel like orcs aren't using their grunts early well enough currently. But the Blade Master's being used well. He's in the south. He's going for the Tree of Life.
I think it's really interesting. Oh, sorry. Didn't want to cut you off.
Doesn't get the cancel though. No, go ahead.
I think it's very interesting that like 2 weeks ago, maybe even 10 days, orcs were keeping their TP and using their grunts and trying to cancel stuff. And now they completely went away from it into the other extreme, I would say. Just parking the grunts in the base until the Shadow Hunter is out.
Yeah.
So it's a 180 swing in terms of grunt usage recently.
Comes perhaps also down to player preference. It's going to be interesting to see later how Lin does this. But I feel like this could be min-maxed more. I feel like these grunts could be doing more. The efficiency so far in the early from FoCuS wasn't that great. Oh no, don't tell me he's getting this item. The Alchemist very boldly coming in here for the hero-only Creepjack. But of course FoCuS doesn't know what else is nearby. So he's scared away just by the presence of the Alchemist.
Yeah. First Wyvern is coming out, that will definitely help, but it's so much time for Moon already. There was no cancel on the tree, Wisps are coming. We're going into mass hunts, as expected. Second Engine of War in the base, and soon to be level 3 Keeper. I think this game, not much has happened yet, but so far Moon's just following his game plan.
Yeah, but right now this is actually a nice power spike for the Orc. If he goes Hex Windrider build, there's a lot of damage that can be dealt quickly. And I like that Moon doesn't engage early into this. He's using the TP. That is kind of a resource that he has freely available to himself. Doesn't necessarily have to rebuy. And now, Shadowhunter doesn't have so much Hex left anymore. He's using one on the Wisp here and pops the big mana potion.
He really
this is
wants...
looking like a big commitment by FoCuS.
Yeah, he wants this Engine of War to prevent mass, but this is not going to be that easy. Acid Bomb and Focus Fire, but actually there isn't much Focus Fire. Second Wyvern by FoCuS to bring in even more damage. He was pushing with level 1/1 heroes. When did you ever see that?
Yeah, interesting choice here by FoCuS. He's gonna lose one grunt, traded it for a single archer. Hex on the Keeper. The TP is gone now, of course. Speed scroll follow-up. If he can get this hero kill, this might not be looking too bad at all. And he gets him. And that TP being used earlier does come back to haunt Moon here. More purges coming in. FoCuS is feeling bloodthirsty. Hex as well. So much Focus Fire. Can he make it to the Moon? Well, oh my god. Just barely.
Very last second. Moon with a sneaky archer in the back. It's the third Wyvern. He's just committing to this.
What a cool attack. You don't see this so aggressive nowadays, and Moon seems to be getting caught off guard. He didn't go for the safety archers, didn't respect the possibility of Windriders. He started making them later, but apparently too late.
Wow. What a switch of gears for FoCuS. Like this super omega passive early game, and then he just explodes with aggression.
Yeah. Certainly, also this big mana served him well. If he doesn't find that item, this whole push perhaps is not doable in such a way. But Moon does hold on for now.
He didn't
Shamans, low mana.
But the
Shadow, low mana.
Yeah. Didn't lose the second Engine of War, and I think that is key. FoCuS again going for it. This will buy so much time. Archers are cheap, you got the expo up, but one Engine of War, there's gonna be a long archer queue. Wyvern taking out these Wisp repairs, so he wants to stay in just a little bit longer to take out this Ancient.
Blade Master almost level 3. We'll get it here from the Ancient of War.
Will he continue to push this? Or will he start to level finally? I think as long as the Keeper isn't here, he can control... Oh, the Keeper is back actually. Still close to level 3. There's one more Windwalk, but the Alchemist is too fast. Wyvern is falling, and maybe FoCuS is overcommitting a little.
That was really good Acid Bomb on the Windriders. They took a lot of damage. No heal cells here anymore. But boy, is FoCuS finding a lot of kills.
Okay,
Shadow level 3.
He crept 2 spots this entire game. A Murloc and not even the entire Tuskar.
Wow. FoCuS seemingly outplaying Moon, who perhaps didn't respect this mid-game aggressive potential enough. 30 supply only left for Moon. He's stuck in his own base. This could perhaps be a double hero kill. With a few purges coming in, I could absolutely see it happen. Alchemist goes down. Keeper next on the menu. The Archer also, but the Blade Master needs to be careful.
FoCuS so confident. He can do whatever now. As long as the blade is safe. He keeps the Engine of War down, and again... Oh, mirror image save! Oh, wonderful, the 1-1-1 build. Even brave enough to get one more sword swipe out.
The Purge kept the Keeper away, otherwise he may have right-clicked down the Blade Master. Great usage there by FoCuS. Playing it right on the edge. But Moon is not dead yet. But as you mentioned, that other Ancient of War, that second one going down, makes production now very difficult.
Thank you, Bartimeus, for the 5-month resub. Hope FoCuS is in better shape. Greets from Winter Tour. Well, FoCuS looks extremely good so far. With the tier 3 transition, it's almost finished. And then it's time for Rara.
Yeah, yesterday's games against WFZ honestly were really shaky. But in the end, FoCuS was able to claim that victory.
Against CI Tune as well.
Oh yeah. FoCuS is tier 3. Yeah, exactly. Bloodlust, coming now. Takes quite a while though, 90 seconds for that upgrade. FoCuS could just counter-expand. But it's a hard call to make. You don't know exactly how much Moon has, how much production he has right now. And if you slap down the tiny Great Hall and suddenly he's knocking on your front door with 65 supply, that can be a problem. We know that Moon is far, far away from that point. But FoCuS doesn't.
Thank you, Sataria, for the sub. Trying again to make me sing some German folk songs, but it's not happening. Is it happening that Moon is losing this tree? Mass repair detonates as well. This is a lot of wisp usage.
Those are big mana burns, though. Shaman completely dry. Shadowhunter has a mana potion still to use.
He didn't get an orb. He didn't get a tiny Great Hall. He's just going for Bloodlust here. Level 2 Alchemist. Finally, some healing.
Great Archer Micro. Great kiting by Moon. Getting as much out of these units as he can. Still gonna lose some. There's no way around this. He has to survive the Shadowhunter's mana. There's gonna be one more heal wave left soonish. Archer's dying, Grunt's dying, lots of units hitting the deck.
The Keeper, how does he get out? He has a staff, but there's also... Oh, almost Hex. And the Blade, again mirror image. What a lifesaver this game.
Mirror image, what a great spell, Neo, isn't it?
It serves the purpose, absolutely. Still think if you have plus 35 damage, you should go for crit, but that's not... Raider transition now.
How did Moon not die before, by the way?
Everyone else would have died.
He's such a beast. Oh, heals up. Heals up the Grunt. FoCuS.
Tick.
That's pretty sloppy. He's looking elsewhere, I guess.
Right, what now? No third hero. I really like that. I don't think the TC at this point is the best
if anything, choice. I think Pit Lord is the best choice. I've seen that before by Lin. Really well executed. It's a tiny Great Hall time now. FoCuS, you have the gold.
Looking at the Blade Master's inventory. There we go. Counter expansion it is. Enough energy for him as well. Close to level 4 Shadowhunter, close to level 4 Blade Master. In this case, I agree that Mirror Image 2 is the better build.
Wisp saw the expo timing perfectly. FoCuS, if he can hold off this attack, this game might be looking good for him, but first he has to hold. How did Moon survive to now be in an aggressive position again? This guy is just insane.
Well, FoCuS spent 1,000 gold on like tech and expansion, so if he uses that 1,000 gold to build a bigger army, then Moon might be dead already. Blade Master FoCuS once again. Heal wave, no Serpent Wards. This the blade! Invul! What? It was an invul!
FoCuS!
Oh no, and now what? Heal wave okay. but nothing else. Moon protection scroll. He's rushing to the tavern, I guess. Yep. Has to get the blade back. Units are waiting there already, knowing that the fight would be moving to the middle. Bloodlusted Wyvern. Can they turn the tide again?
I imagine he had the invul in the wrong spot in the inventory and he would click the button, but it didn't happen. Perhaps that's what occurred there. What resilience by Moon, though. Oh my god. A few minutes ago, he had a keeper and nothing else.
It's not a 20 supply lead, though. And FoCuS is on 2 bases now. He can finally invest into his army. Raider, Grunts, Shaman. He's pumping from all cylinders. Just has to hold the tiny Great Hall. Moon cancelling a lot of healing with these archer shots. That's great.
So many reinforcements coming in from me over and over. So there's a heal scroll. Has these good upgrades now. This is where this Night Elf strat, this Night Elf army becomes powerful. And no Shaman. The Shaman have all been sniped. There's no dispel anywhere.
Really? Okay. Wow. Wow.
That was so strong by Moon.
What the fuck? That's not supposed to happen.
How well did you play this game from behind? And I think the one mistake by FoCuS was when he traded so well and then he failed back to the main at 50 supply. He was already tier 3. He could have Tiny Great Hall expanded right then, but he didn't. He went for another attack, launched another assault towards Moon. You know, when he was standing next to his shop with all the archers and splitting them and shadow melding them. And that's where he lost too much. And that's what he couldn't afford. And that's the one mistake that Moon makes use of and churns out all these archers.
I hope he's not moving away too far from this aggressive, very early tier 2. I like it a lot. That's the crucial moment where the Night Elf is establishing all that is good with that expansion, with the mass, with upgrades, second hero. Yeah. That seems to be the weak spot.
Yeah, exactly. With the Hex Windrider timing, FoCuS found a really good window. But with what occurred on map 1, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a much earlier archer switch this time. Like 4, maybe 5 hunts max into archers.
Next map now is Last Refuge.
FoCuS's map pick here. Can be a very tough keeper map, which is a reason why we've been seeing quite a bit of Talons again on this map. And they have most recently been buffed again.
And Moon, of course. Big lover of the Talons. 2 years of undefeated versus Orc on Korean television back then, 2006 and 7. Thanks to the Talons, of course. Thank you, Lucrana FM, for the 2-month resub.
Thank you.
Oh, that feels bad for FoCuS. I hope he's not getting discouraged how this game went. Tomorrow, WGTL starts, the $120,000 tournament. Both of these players are in. All 4 players, actually. They won't face each other in the first round, but yeah, they should be in tip-top shape, as there's so much on the line.
Yeah, that first game was very well played by both of them, I think. Was only small mistakes. Yeah. Moon didn't have enough archer early enough, and he almost died because of it. And FoCuS overextended just once. I think those are pretty much the only mistakes really we could find in that game.
Can't do that. Can't give Moon one of your fingers. Okay, Last Refuge, we're loading in to map number 2.
If Moon wins here, he will have defeated one of the best orcs and undeads and night elves. That's right, Neo. Night elves in the world on his way to the final. He is, of course, the favorite here. But FoCuS showed he can absolutely put up a strong fight.
Oh, Moon has left the game, so not patient enough.
Yeah, but normally he rejoins. So.
Yeah. Still hasn't learned how this NetEase error surviving thingy goes.
He does know a lot about Warcraft, though, in other regards, I think.
That is very true. And here we go. Last refuge we're loading in. Laufan must have like a Pentium 2 or something. Always the last. Okay, though. Here we go. Map number 2. Match point for Moon. He could be the first one into the final. We've seen a lot of 2-1s in this tournament. Very, very rarely a 2-0. But this could be one of them. Let's go.
Yeah, this would be the first 2-0 on stream. We had some off-stream games in the first round, in the round of 16. Interestingly, all off-stream games, 2-0. All on-stream games, 2-1. And that did continue yesterday as well, with everything going full distance and 2-1. Yesterday also, we saw Lolite here playing on LR against Fly. With such a strong early game, it was insane. It looked like Lolite had to win this game, but he got a little too cute for his own best interest. He tried to do a weird shop archer push, but got discouraged by the Blade Master. Really good defensive play there by Fly. And then tried to go chims in the super late game, you know, Lolite trying to flex. And then he kind of threw the game away. But anyways, what Lolite started here with was an Ancient of War creep at the Merchant. We're seeing this more and more from Night Elves again. Going for more greedy camps, taking that calculated risk in the early, banking on the fact that the Orc isn't scouting. And just like map 1, FoCuS again isn't scouting. But this time Moon isn't trying to abuse it with the greedy camp. He's playing it safe. He's taking the green. And he is choosing the Keeper. No Blade Master, so...
Wait, there's a
Demon Hunter, I mean. So most likely no Talons, which I can't complain about.
Well, he could go the neutron approach and play Keeper Talons, but I would not advise that. Of course, Moon doesn't need an advisor. He knows what's best for Night Elf. Maybe Lolite knows what's best for Warden play, but in all other regards, Moon is the prime example of what to do. So, same matchup, Blade versus Keeper once again. Blade Master focusing with this little green spot, not being too aggressive. And why would he take so many risks? If the game goes as game 1, he knows, okay, FoCuS is gonna be aggressive once again, kind of has to, at some point in the early mid-game. So, come to me.
Yeah, and this is the problem oftentimes for the Keeper. Doesn't get to level 2. In fact, he's trying to wake up the creeps to cause, like, inner fire and stuff. So the Blade Master, in fact, can't creep the High Priests too easily. And this is oftentimes what happens on LR. As there's no level 2 easy access for either hero, we're going to see a lot of chasing around and trying to stop creeping. And that normally is very beneficial for the Orc, because the Keeper does become so strong on level 3. So, understandable map pick here by FoCuS. And it's going to be up to Moon's genius now. What's that High Priest doing here?
I got no clue.
Up to his genius.
Also,
to
this
still find a
Murloc.
creep route.
Okay, good choice to not use any units here, otherwise the end snares are flying. Grunt fighting an archer, good scout by FoCuS. And Moon is playing ring around the Rosie with the blade, making him jealous with that clause of attack in the inventory. Moon healed the Ancient of War, Tree of Life in a, like, 4 last refuge. Not a normal position at all.
Yeah. Shouldn't the Grunt be scouting right now? Why is the Grunt in the main?
He was distracted by the archer.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be. This is just one archer. This doesn't matter. Blade Master following the Keeper around, I think that's the right play. But the Grunt, he's checking for APs. That's the thing he's more concerned with. But that should be what the second Grunt is doing. The first Grunt should be out on the map looking for exactly this. Looking for a Tree of Life.
Well, since it's Moon, the possibility for APs is maybe a little higher than for everyone else. He was once again the one inventing this and using this in a lot of matchups, even versus Undead.
True. You want to make sure there's no APs coming up. But if you're so concerned, send a peon. You can afford to send a scout peon. Again, it's 2 Grunts just kept at home against the Keeper who's not even level 2. He's level 1 only. I can't help but feel that this is just rather inefficient.
Tech for Moon has started. Expo is almost done. Blade Master's trying to find this Tree of Life. He's scouting the normal positions. We'll find it soon, but it's way too late to cancel it. He couldn't even cancel it on Northern Isles when he saw it a lot earlier. And the inventory doesn't help him as well. Oh, with the creeps? Good idea. Some free damage, but still not enough.
Can he pull the rock golem? No, he's not trying to. Oh,
Yeah,
now
now
he
he
is.
is.
Oh, the tree didn't make a wisp. He attacked, so he re-aggroed the Murloc camp. That might be a problem.
Here come the Huns. Trying to re-aggro. Slow was cast. Okay. Not too much damage on that tree anymore, and FoCuS doesn't have an army to bring in.
And again, the grunts are just chilling at home. Wouldn't this be a good time to bring in the grunts?
Well, you can turn the creeps against the grunts, I guess. Rock Golem with another couple of shots on the tree.
This is quite stressful. And time that the Shadowhunter is using to freely creep up across the map.
Who needs grunts when you get a Rock Golem? So much damage! 3 camps! The High Priest joins as well! There's so much repair. Can he just get it? Or does he have it under control now?
I think he's got it. But yeah, that is a ton of wisp repair. Oh! Couldn't you have committed for the Blade Master there? Only level 1 anyways. And he finds the Alir's Flute of accuracy.
What a reward.
Dude, these items, holy Jesus. Mantle, Claws, Flute. No matter what he finds at the Ogre Magi is also going to be at least pretty good. And there we go. And there we go. That's Moon at it again. It's supposed to be a bad early game map. Moon doesn't care. He turns it into a good early game.
Hitman is in chat saying he didn't scout with the grunt because he saw Moon had full mana, which means he could have skilled Entangle.
Okay. But I mean, the Keeper is being followed around by the Blade Master anyways, right? So if the Keeper commits to using Entangle on the grunt, doesn't he take a lot of damage from the Blade? Plus, the Keeper for a while was far away from the grunt, if I remember right. But, well, that is kind of water under the bridge. We have 5 hunts into Archers and also Berserkers this time. So these Wind Riders shouldn't have the same impact as last game.
We got Serpent Wards with his heart. Oh, the damage on the blade and this heal wave not in time. This looks like a walk in the park for Moon on FoCuS's map. Now that the Expo is up, he survived the most stressful moment of that game. This transition from tier 1 to tier 2. Can only imagine a second engine of war is already up. Oh, coming 60%. What now?
Yeah, it's looking rough. Level 4 already? That's ridiculous.
It feels like he broke FoCuS on like 2/3 into Northern Isles.
Yeah, this game here in the mid or maybe late game isn't looking the same anymore as map 1.
Seriously, right? It's a completely different FoCuS.
Blade Master still has 0 experience.
We are 8 minutes into this game.
Wow. I mean, Blade Masters being played in a sacrificial role has been the meta for a while now.
Yeah.
But not to this extent. Jesus.
Thank you, NecroLOTV, for the 11-month resub. Can't believe how much value you two guys give the Warcraft 3 community. How sweet, my man, how sweet.
Thank you.
Sweet and true.
Big heal pot here for the Alchemist Scrolls as well. Moon getting close to that breaking point into upkeep. Getting more upgrades as well. 1-1 is on the way. Don't forget about those armor upgrades, boys. Very important.
Yeah, he got Moon Armor on the way, as you can see, halfway through. Creeps the next spot. Heal Scroll, Protection Scroll, great damage. Safety for the Alchemist. Hero kill, like on game 1, is very, very, very unlikely. Mana Stone for the Alchemist as well. Oh, the dreams! And once again, guys, Mana Stone has been nerfed as well. Maybe not on purpose, because as we learned on Reddit, it shares the mana restore value with the mana potion. So maybe they didn't even know that, but I think the nerf is still great.
Yeah, certainly not an over nerf. It is still a very good item.
Thank you, GDB, for the 15-month resub. Woo! Best Ric Flair fashion.
Is that a wrestler?
Yes. He's hilarious.
Moon just chilling here between his two bases. In the Night of Mirror against Colorful yesterday on Terranos stand, he also had such a cool base build. You know, at the between the bases on Terranos, next to the merchant. That's where he put his double lures, so he could always fall back behind them and then make use of the shop, the merchant. And there was this wall that Colorful couldn't get through when he was playing Bears. Colorful was, and Moon was playing Dryads. He could work from range. It was just brilliant. Man.
Oh,
it was
man.
so amazing. Watching Moon, it's just a pleasure.
Alright, another fight, but FoCuS doesn't really want to take it. He paid for his expansion, it didn't pay off. Moon scouted it already, and I think he's building an Ancient Protector against it as well. Yep, we can see it in the overlay. So it's just a matter of time until Moon takes control over that spot as well. Forces FoCuS back to do something against him. That's more time for the mass to arrive.
Yeah, more time for more upgrades. Perhaps some more scrolls. He already has 2 scrolls. Could throw in another one. And here we are, 65 supply. This is the sweet spot where this army becomes so good.
Moon is supply stack now, can't go over up to 70, but it's just 1 unit that he's missing. He can rebuild it relatively easy. 10 supply lead only. But this is the crucial moment for FoCuS now. Has to hold.
Right. If he does hold here, if he fends this off, perhaps it is not looking too bad. Wisp coming in for the detonates. Decent splits from the Shaman. Not too many Shaman, by the way. Only 3. Shadowhunter, though, completely dry. No more Serpent Wards. No more healing. We do still have Heal Spray from the Alchemist. So much Heal Spray. Blade back in trouble. Has to use the Invul there. With that, will survive. The Keeper hits level 5 at a ridiculously early time.
And there we have the 20 supply lead that Night Elves want. And the healing, everything back to green. Keeper has more mana for Treants. And that could, should be enough, right? There's not mass repair. There's 1 peon. He cancels it to get some resources back at least. But is this the end of all hope?
On paper, it seems like the answer is yeah. 2 base versus 1 base. Level 5 for heroes. Really good upgrades on these Hunts and Archers. As we saw Hitman earlier in chat. Hitman, I distinctly remember you saying that this strat mass hunts Keeper is weak. And I thought the same for a long time. Do you still feel that way? Because I have changed my mind. Or are you still convinced that this is actually a weak strategy? And Moon is just playing like a god. Which, of course, he is.
No, I never thought it's a weak strategy.
No, I am addressing Hitman.
Ah.
He said that to me, and I for a long time felt the same way.
Here we go on the Alchemist, but there's a big potion. Moon's not forgetting about that. We finally see some lightning shields. Oh, that can't be enough. It's 40 supply versus... Oh, Moon down to 55. But yeah, you can see there's no effect on this. And Moon, easy. Second match, 2-0, boom, grand final.
Yeah, map 1 he was tested and brought to the very edge. I can't believe he came back from having a Keeper only without mana, no Moon juice. But that's just Moon. That's Moon. He is the GOAT.
Yeah, man, that is exactly what happened here. He will be tested a little more in the grand final. That is for very, very sure, as it's going to be Lin versus Lawliot next in the... Whoops, Allah, what happened to you in this scene? In the second semifinal of the day.
Which is going to be, yeah, Lin versus Lawlight. Really looking forward to this. Lawlight looked really strong yesterday against Fly. In that series, it honestly should have been a 2-0 for Lawlight, but a bit of a mistake brought Fly back. And Lin, of course, is a god in his own right. Still the reigning WGL champion, one of the best players this game has ever seen.
Yeah, Lin is, like, when it comes to tournaments, he's going crazy. He won not only WGL, also NEXT, and one more tournament. Was it CC2? Or WGL something? Oh yeah, CC Masters 2. He's the reigning CC Masters champion. He was defeated by Moon and Law Light. So whatever he loses, it's against Night Elf. This is going to be quite interesting. We go into a little break with having the first series under our belts. And let's get hyped for Lin versus Law Light.